I'm permitting the both team to start the introduction.
Assalamu alaikum and very good morning to our respectful judge, dear moderators, and our fellow debaters. Today we are here to debate on the motion of students should use mobile phone. We are living in an atomic age where education is half based on digital and half based on physical. In this era of technology, mobile phones aren't just a tool of entertainment. They are the tool, they are the key that enables the students to go to the horizon of knowledge and limitless opportunities. First, I would like to thank our mentor Apun sir. Because of him, we are able to stand here with confidence and the required knowledge we need to attend the debate. I'm starting with introduction of my team. I'm Miru Bashir Salehin, the leader of the team. This is Junaira Tasmia, the co-leader of the team. This is Jennifer Mehtaj, our executive member of the team, and our hardworking general members, Maisha and Nilima. So we all know that mobile phones are an essential part of our daily life. Without mobile phone, our many works can't get done easily. So in this motion, we would prove that our topic that school going students should use mobile phone is correct. Our team's name is Rhetoric Minds. The word rhetoric comes from a Greek term rhetoric, which means the art of persuasively writing and speaking. This name was chosen because we don't just believe that the debate is a battle of words, but a stage where we can enlighten our enemies who have the misconception that school-going students use mobile phone. That's all for our introduction. Thank you.
Mobile phone is not just a device. It's a gateway to addiction, distractions, and academic derailment. Today, we say enough is enough. Judicious judge, honorable moderator, fellow debaters, and respected audience, Assalamu alaikum. In this stage of debate arranged by Global IT Language Center and under the guidance of our honorable teacher, Mr. Shahin Kadir sir, we are the team-spirited speakers. We are a team united by our thoughts and our passion for communicating, speaking, and persuasive communication, to be exact. We believe that debate is not just about proving a point, rather it's about exploring perspectives and challenging arguments alongside speaking with a purpose. True to our name, my team will be providing clarity, conviction, and energy to every argument we present. Now let me introduce you to my teammates. I'm Rafia Chaudhry, the leader of this team, and here's my co-team leader, Raihan Kabir Agun. And here are our general members, Tamim Hussain, Sabia Bahar, Sumaiya, and Ohi. My team will be expounding arguments and providing logic alongside demonstrating what we actually stand for by 1, defining the motion, 2, clarifying our position, and 3, elaborating the facts. We hope to bring a great argument in this stage of debate. Thank you.
Thank you very much, both the team leader of both teams. Now it's time to start the battle. It's time part 1, that's mean description part. Now on the side of motion team, please start your description part.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity for the description part. I would like to call our co-leader to start the explanation.
Assalamu alaikum, honorable judge, respected teachers, and all the ladies and gentlemen. Today I am here to talk about a topic that affects all the students, mobile phone. Some people believe that it's a distraction, but I will argue that when used correctly, it's a powerful tool that can revolutionize our education and help to improve the time management of students. Let's start with education. Mobile phones have completely changed how we learn. In the past, learning or gaining information meant going to libraries and searching the books. But now we have mobile phone. A world of knowledge is in our hand. We can easily search through it, and because we have access to e-books, digital libraries, and online lectures that help us to understand better. For example, a student doesn't understand a topic related to their studies. They can easily search it up, look it up, or watch a video, see a diagram that will help them to understand the topic better. Also, online education has grown significantly all around the world after COVID-19. According to UNESCO, during COVID-19, more than 1.5 billion students continued their studies using mobile phone. Even the students of our own country are moving towards online education. And during the pandemic, SSC and ACC students continued their studies and joined live classes through Facebook and Zoom classes. We have many online education platforms, even in our own country, that our young generation students love. They're famous platforms like 10-minute school, Shiko, Chorcha, etc. This helps the student to understand better according to their individual needs. Also, globally apps like Khan Academy and Coursera have already crossed more than 100 million learners. So this proves that's how a single device can open up the doors of education to everyone. In rural Bangladesh, where there is no good school and no study materials are hard to find, where their mobile phone gives those students a chance to succeed in their academic lives. So why should we prevent our students from using mobile phone? Why should we get deprived from this unique opportunity? Wouldn't it be a drawback for our students? Of course, the developed world countries like Japan, Finland, they let their students use this kind of opportunities. So why should we keep our students deprived from this opportunity? And also, besides education, mobile phone also helps in time management. For example, like a student can use Google Calendar or Notion that helps them to manage a study schedule. A study in EdTech magazine shows that more than 70% of the students use mobile phone to maintain their study schedule. So why? And also there was a survey that shows that the students who use study planner apps are 20 to 30% more productive than the students who don't use. In conclusion, mobile phone is not a problem, it's a solution. When used with discipline, mobile phone helps the student to become more productive, more organized. So, and that's why a student, by using mobile phone, can be successful in his life. Now, I'd like to call Jennifer for the next.
Thank you, Shanara, honorable judge, respected moderator, and my worthy audience. Now I will talk about one of the most important aspects of our motion, the role of mobile phone in healthcare and safety. In today's world, health emergencies can happen anytime, even inside schools. A sudden asthma attack, an accident in the playground, or even larger emergencies like disasters can put students' life at risk. Through a single mobile phone, students can contact doctors, parents, or emergency services of medical need. Apart from this, many students face risk while traveling from home to school. Especially the girl students of our country face this problem a lot. In such situations, mobile phones becomes a lifeline. And in a world where students' health is becoming more vulnerable, mobile phone acts as a shield of safety and protection. Now, let me give you some real-life examples. In Seoul, South Korea, 2017, a school student collapsed due to sudden cardiac arrest, and one of his classmates called the doctors, and the doctor said, if not for the quick call, the student would have not survived. In Manchester, UK, 2022, a 12-year-old boy had a severe asthma attack, and one of his classmates used a mobile phone to call his parents, who rushed in with the inhaler before the doctors and ambulance arrived, saving his life. In Florida, 2018, 14th February, during the Parkland school shooting, a lot of students used mobile phones to call 911 and call their parents, which directly helped to save their lives. So all these incidents prove one thing, that mobile phones are not distraction, but they are lifelines. So they safeguard students' safety, ensure their health, and give parents a peace of mind. So I would say that school-going students should use mobile phone not for distractions, but for protection and safety. Now I would like to request our general member, Maisha, to continue the explanation part. Thank you, Jennifer, for giving me a chance to speak. Now I'm going to talk about communication skills and opportunities. Communication is one of the strongest reasons students should use mobile. Parents can stay connected with their child in any time. If a student is stuck somewhere or facing danger, a mobile phone can bring you immediate help. We live in an unprotected connectivity, and mobile phones have been handed what we meant by communication. It has opened up a world of new opportunities. Mobile phone gave us various types of opportunities, and we can communicate with people in just by a text or a message. In Japan, more than 95% students have their own phone just for their educational purpose and communicate with their parents. They can easily let their parents know if they're stuck, facing danger, or lost. Imagine this, a student living in a remote country, once isolated, now connected with a world of knowledge by just a single tool in their hand. This is not a fantasy, this is the reality of today's Bangladesh, and thanks to mobile phone. Now let's talk about skill development. Mobile phone is not just for reading purposes, it can also help you with an earning independence. Earning independence. Now let's talk about. Thank you. That's it.
Moderator and judge, that was all for our description box.
Thank you very much, the motion team. Now it's time for against the motion.
So I'm inviting my co-team leader, Raisul, to provide his description to you.
Assalamu alaikum, respected judge, teachers, and my fellow debater. Today I rise to speak against the motion school-going students should use mobile phone, and we strongly believe they should not. Because at first we remember the line of Albert Einstein. We know that in future phones are not important for us. As you can see, we think deeply. Phones are important, not important for us because they promise education, but they don't give our education in reality. They give distraction more than education. As you can see, our opponent will say that, but mobile phones are important for learning like YouTube, Google, and other online classes. But in reality, school-going students really use them for their study? No, we all know the truth. Instead of online classes, they use online games. Instead of research, they use reels. Instead of textbook, they use TikTok. And Mahatma Gandhi once said, your future will depend today what you do today. So if today our students do constantly scroll, and the tomorrow's future will be weak, destroyed, and morally bankrupt. So don't forget the dangers, like mobile phone cause long screens of mobile phone causes your brain development, eye problem, anxiety, and a lots of things. Also of all, it exposes the children to sexual harassment and rape. My dear opponent will say that mobile phone helps us in emergency. But let me ask, if a student will kidnap, then will the kidnapper politely allow him to use the phone and call their parents? Never, right? Safety comes from our society, parents, and teachers, not from touchscreens. As you can see, schools have already office phones and system emergency. That is far better than our teenager mobile phone. Now, focus on some real and heartbreaking story. A boy named Abu Naim, he at the age of 70, he's killed by her friend because of a haha reaction on his Facebook post. And also a boy named Raisul, he lost his life at the age of 15 because of her Facebook post. So, and also a 16-year-old girl's name is Urvashi Choudhury. He lost his life because of charging his phone. Not only that, a lots of person like Rezan, Shariful Islam, and lots of school-going students lost his life because of mobile phone. Source from www.shomaitv.com. So my dear opponent, if you still say that mobile phone are really important for us, then I will say a thing in Bengali proverb. That means yet a person with eyes but blind the truth. So after my explanation, I can proudly say and I can strongly say school-going students should not use mobile phone. Now
Respected moderator, judge, and my fellow debater, Assalamu alaikum. I stand before you today to firmly oppose the usage of mobile phone by the school-going students. Our first member has already defined the motion and clarified our stance. As the second member of our team, I'm going to explain why school-going students should not use mobile phone. First and most importantly, school years are the most important years for the child's life. It's the foundation of a child's life. It's the time when they learn discipline, they build their character, and then they learn how to study attentively. But in this case, mobile phone comes and it's instead of helping them in this progression, it's actually hampering them. It's actually weakening them. And these all are not my opinion. A research happened in London School and Economics has found that banning mobile phone in school actually increased their results by 6.4%. If mobile phone were really beneficial, then the results should go down, but it's go up. So we can say that mobile phone, instead of helping them, it's actually hampering their knowledge. Secondly, phones are really addictive. A quick glance and mobile phone may waste 2 to 3 hours in reels, in games, and in other distractions. But other distractions, this not only hampering their precious time of study, but also it is hampering their creativity and the power of critical thinking. Where today Bangladesh is now trying to focus on creative thinking. Mobile phone is actually hampering the plan. And we are talking about school-going students who are not mature yet, so they cannot manage their entertainment and their education equally. Thirdly, mobile phone expose children to face some risks, such as cyberbullying, health issues, and a lot of problems. Health issues like poor eyesight and sleep problems occurs because of mobile phone. Also, a research of UNICEF has found that 1 in 3 child all over the world are now facing cyberbullying because of online. And should we really put our students in danger in the name of technology? No, right? Also, another research says 3 hours using mobile more than 3 hours actually damages their brain cells, and it's occur depression and anxiety. And the research was done by American Psychology Association. Finally, we must remember that education is not just collecting information from the Google. It is about learning discipline, patience, and social skills, where supervised computer, labs, teachers, books may help them in this progression. Also, these are really better and way better option and safer option than mobile phone. So, to conclude everything, I'm going to say school-going students should not use mobile phone because of its disadvantages, distraction, addiction, and risk of the child's life. So I'm going.
Thank you very much, both the team, for successfully complete your part 1. Now it's part 2, argumental and rebuttal part. So it's time for motion to start their argument.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity. From my team, our co-leader will go first in the argument part.
So learning is most effective when the answer is immediately. So mobile phone allows students to see, to search, watch tutorials. So if, for example, if a student doesn't understand something, like a student trying to do a trying to solve a math problem, and they're not understanding how to do it, they can easily take a photo and upload it on apps like Photomat, etc. So they give students point by point results. So if mobile phone gives students instant answers to their doubts, then why delay the
We'll take this.
Okay, so as per my opponent say that why should we delay the learning when you can get an answer instantly? In my counter, I would say that don't you think that getting an answer immediately actually kind of
I would say that he was trying, but he couldn't.
Okay, he was trying, but he couldn't. That doesn't matter. Your actual, I would say your actual thing is you want to get the answers immediately. But doesn't that actually hinder our creativity or hinder our problem-solving skills? I think we should actually focus on critical learning instead of just searching for answers immediately. That will actually be better for the overall education and critical thinking of our children. Thank you.
Now, second argument.
For the second argument, I will be calling Jennifer Mehtaj, our executive member.
Loudly, please.
So, honorable judge, respected moderators, and my worthy opponents, Let me begin by asking a simple question. So, in this world, our education, everything like our education, job opportunities, and communication is shifting to digital learning, and even online classes, online exams, and like college applications, university applications. Everything is happening through mobile phone and or digital services, devices. So my question is, if a student who is not familiar with mobile phone, how will he compete with this digital world? Even during the COVID-19, when we all were closed in our home, all the schools were closed. We had no opportunity to go out, and in that time, students continued their studies through mobile phone. Research shows that millions of students continued their studies because of mobile phones through online classes at that time. And even in rural areas, there are no teachers, enough teachers or enough schools, and even the schools were closed at that time. So research also shows that in the rural areas, students continued their studies through mobile phones. There were no alternative way during that time. And even if you see the job opportunities, they require modern and digital learning in this world.
30 seconds.
So even for communication, if you want to communicate to anyone, you need mobile phone, even to communicate with people from other countries. So my question is, if students don't use mobile phone, how they compete? How can they compete with others in this digital age?
Okay, who will take this?
Okay, so for the first part of my opponent's question, I would say that all kind of digital acts that we actually perform, such as a college application, watching videos, these can be done by a responsible adult. The students shouldn't get their hands on a single mobile phone, which are the core source of addictions and distractions, just because they want to take a result or any kind of notification or any important information. And for the second part, I would say that you said that during the COVID-19 time, people actually did online classes in Zoom. Yes, they did. But can you actually ensure the percentage of the students that actually did the online classes instead of using Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram in background? Absolutely no. While the people taught their lessons, they actually kept on scrolling their TikTok and Reels and messaging their other persons. And while in the rural areas, the teachers were unavailable, I think we should focus more on actually enforcing proper teachers and teaching methods rather than searching for an alternative. Thank you.
Okay, now
Our opponent said that a lot of students didn't attended the online classes and they kept scrolling their phones using TikTok, Facebook, these kind of apps. So discipline, there's a topic like discipline. Do you know about that? Discipline can solve everything, and it's a problem can be solved. No, if we deny students from using mobile phones, this is not the solution.
Okay, be seated. Now the last argument.
For the last argument I would be going, we live in an atomic age where everything is close and very fast. For example, communication. Many students go far away from their home for education. In midway, they face many kinds of challenges. Most of them can be handled at the spot. Let's say you get a situation where you can't get help from the society, your neighbors, or any kind of passerby. On that time, what would you do? Pray to God? No. You can use mobile phone for your defense. So I would like to ask my respectful opponents, what would you do on that time?
Okay, carry on.
First of all, what the opponent said, he assumed a situation where a student will go a place where he won't have a mobile, rather than mobile phone, he don't have mobile phone and he only have mobile phone for help. And I'm gonna ask my opponent that why a school-going student will went a place and face a situation where there is no other alternative than mobile phone, because a learner should be in discipline and everything, as my opponent previously said. But if they really there is not really any situation for school-going students where they really need to face only problem solution only through mobile phones.
My opponent said that why would a student go to a place where he can't get any help? He's an educated person. But my honorable opponent forgot the one part I said, if he got into a situation where he can't. you can't ignore the if because it is the main part of the question. There is always a variable inside. So now I will ask my opponent what we will do on that part.
At first, I'll say she should not go at first. And second, I'm gonna say those who actually go to the place where they actually learn only, they are really responsible people. They know how to do their works, so they don't actually need to face some place where they will actually start there. So they're more mature than other students.
Okay, my respectful opponents, you say that they are mature enough. You mentioned the point kidnapping in your explanation earlier. There are few cases where kidnapped victims could have contact through their via mobile phone of their own or their other passerbys. So are you ignoring that fact that they use a mobile phone in their defense? You have mentioned the fact, which is correct also, that most of the time they can't. But you can't ignore the small part of yes because of the larger part of no. That part of person who survives using via mobile phone are the hope and are the example for others who should use mobile phone in their defense.
Okay, thank you very much. Please be seated. Now it's your turn.
Okay, so firstly, I would like to invite Sabia Baharbat, my general member, for providing the first argument. Thanks.
Loudly, please.
Respected judge, teacher, and my fellow debater, Assalamu alaikum. Today I am here to oppose the use of mobile phone by school-going students. Implementing strict uses policies and installing mobile device management to avoid block distractions is difficult and inconsistent as tech-savvy students often find ways around blocks. So there is a clear limitation and thereby restricting any controlling methods. With the allowing and engaging social media devices and game functions that are hard to ignore. And the students obviously get tempted to use it every now and then. So my question to the opponent is supervision that you actually proved null and void, that how could you ensure that students don't get addicted, distracted by social media, games, messages, and not get driven by their temptations?
We'll take this.
I will take that. So my respectful opponent is so assured of her question that she is nervous. Distraction is a choice. Distraction is a choice, not a device. Mobile phone is a tool. It doesn't have a mind of its own. Its misuse is the fault of its hand that is using it. We can say that mobile phone isn't darkness, but the ray of light that can guide students to the brighter side of their future. So my respectful opponent said that many students waste their time using mobile phone. But I would like to ask that where they guided correctly, guidance is a very key point here. If we raise awareness for this, our country will flourish. With student can't control the overview on his usage of mobile phone. Parental controlling and teachers' guidance play a huge role in this. So I think my opponent's question is baseless.
I think you didn't hear my question correctly.
Okay, be seated. Okay, second argument, please.
For the second argument, I'll be inviting my another general member, Sumaiya.
Honorable moderator, judicious panel of judge, fellow debater, and respected audience. Assalamu alaikum. Structured and school monitored digital devices can be preloaded with educational apps, be monitored and restricted to misuse. And encourage encourage uniform access and allow parents and teachers to control it. On the contrary, mobile phones have apps and restrictions of which even 99% of schools can't effectively monitor. It even carries risk cyberbullying and strict addiction. So, if the real goal of allowing mobile phones to improve learning, then why not use structured school-monitored devices like laptops, tablets, or smartboards, which can be prevented only for education, instead of personal mobile phones that are full of distractions, risk, entertainment? Wouldn't that be a safer, smarter solution?
From our team, Jennifer Mehtaj will answer this question.
Okay, so my dear worthy opponents told about misuse, about cyberbullying and all the misuse of mobile phones. Misuse actually happens because of people, not from the device itself. You have to remember this point. And also, my worthy opponents told about that students can use laptop, TV, other technology instead of mobile phones. Mobile phone is a smaller version of all these devices. So, laptop also contains all these points that mobile phones does. So it's not a point that you can say that mobile phones are harmful and laptop, TV, other social media, other technology. Mobile phone is not a luxury, but it is a need. It is a lifeline. It helps everyone to progress in their life.
Okay, thank you very much. The last argument, please.
For the last argument, my co-team leader will take my place.
Eyes on screen, not on books. Lost in games, not learning good. Friend are rare, near yet all alone. Childhood fate with the phone. Yes, mobile phone destroy health, concentration, moral, and social value. Instead of storing knowledge in their brain, they are dependent on Google. The brain lost their natural power of remembering, understanding. They kill their creativity and they don't use their brain at any task. As a result, their brain work very slow and they this makes them lazy learners, dependent thinkers, and lots of things. My dear opponent, you know that this generation is a future this generation is dependent on our future. So to this generation, if their brain isn't developed properly, then our future generation is on path of distraction. Not only that, most horrifyingly, many are addicted on adult pages and groups. They are morally, socially, physically destroyed. And the main duty of a school student is to build their character. But by the negative influence of mobile phone, their character isn't built properly. As a result, in society, as you can see, a loss of various immorality happen, like sexual harassment, rape not only occur, but also increase the society crime and a lot of things. So my dear opponent, my question to you is that if mobile phones are really beneficial, then why doctors and scientists like Dr. Sultan, like Dr. John Ankam, and like Liberians, they warn about the harmful impact of mobile phone about the teenage brain, and why social immoral things are increased day by day by the teenage person. Why?
I will take the question. My honorable opponent, you have said that mobile phone causes many problems to the younger generation who are the seeds of our future harvest of this country. So I will ask you, what is the best fertilizer for them? You are saying that this problem affects the students much severely. But let me ask you, if you have a headache, will you cut your head? No. You will take medicine and take proper procedure to prevent it or end it completely. So you are saying we shouldn't take measures to solve this problem, but we should stop using mobile phones completely. I would like to ask you, why aren't you looking into the good sides of the coin? If you look only to the bad side of the coin, you will stop progress. You want to say that our young generation should not use a fertilizer that can ensure a faster and a better harvest?
Okay, first of all, it is not matter of headache, it is a matter of head cancer. So when your brain is cancer, you can't do this. And the next thing is the better harvest. As you can see in the 2 points, one is good and one is bad. So the impact is influence the bad. As you can see, the mobile the bad impact is 80%, the good impact is 40%. So you can't say that.
My opponent has said that the good impact is only 40% and the bad impact is 60%. But I argue with you because in our country the infrastructure is not built enough for the 80% good facilities that the advanced countries are getting. Okay, can you say how many?
Okay, thank you very much. Your time is up. So we are on the last part. Now it's time for motion team. You have 3 minutes to conclude your presentation here.
Thank you for giving, thank you, dear moderator, and giving me the opportunity. So, our motion is the students should use mobile phone, and our dear opponents are against the motion. So, at first, we have talked about education and time management. We all know that in student life, our one and only work is studying. And for studying, the traditional way was reading through books and going to libraries for that one information that you can get by just one tap from mobile phone. So I would say, why going to library so early and waste so much time when you can just use one click to get the information? And time management. Students' life is a golden goose that needs to lay egg every day. If one day delays, the goose's health will decrease. If you use hours and hours behind only one question, where is the time management? Time management is using and utilizing the time perfectly. If mobile is used perfectly, the time management will be coordinated and utilized perfectly. There are many apps and settings in our mobile phone that can ensure time management perfectly. For example, Google Notes, Notion, and our own phone's default notepad. There is an option called the reminder that will alarm us about our desired work or any event. By using mobile phone correctly, students can help in their daily life. For example, I have an examination after 7 days. I will study math for this and that day. But what if I forgot that? Now you can say that why would I forgot? It is a serious matter. Why take so much tension on remembering the fact? I can put that time on my studies. I can just put an alarm on my phone and work on my thing. The phone will alarm me about my work. And many our dear opponents have said that by notifications students get distracted. Do they know about one thing, silence mode, mute mode? In this mode, no notification rings, only the desired ones rings. So my question is, why ignoring the good sides when you can only focus, or you can always focus on that and improve your future? If the soil is not used fertilizer properly, no crop will grow perfectly. In older times, farmers also farmed, but the harvest was very minimum. Today, by using many technologies and etc., the harvests are much more greater than before. We can say 3 or 5, even 5 folds. So I am asking, why should we ignore the technology in earlier days when we have to use the technology one day? And let's talk about health and mental infrastructure. In health sector, mobile phone have given us many miracles, such as e-hospital and etc.
You have 1 minute.
When we can't get enough time to go to hospital, we can search online or consult a doctor through the mobile phone for the consultation. My dear opponents have gracefully point out every bad part of mobile phone while ignoring the good sides that can ensure a brighter future with a solid foundation. I believe that by using mobile phone, we can build a foundation stronger than cement and sturdier than diamond. That's all for my conclusion. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we conclude this critical discussion, let us all remember the age-old proverb that all that glitters is not gold. While mobile phones may seem like a tool of empowerment in the hands of school-going children, it is often dressed as a distraction, which we cannot even realize sometimes. So research from UNICEF and APA has shown that excessive usage of mobile phones actually leads to academic derailment, digital addiction, and sleep disorders, and even stunted social development. And with these topics have been previously elaborated by my teammates. And what's more concerning is all of the digital supervision methods and parental controlling software that we have suggested are actually good for nothing in front of the tech-savvy students. And apparently when asked about a more convenient and a more effective resolution, my opponents couldn't actually give a possible answer. As I said, the tech-savvy students can easily bypass any of the restrictions we put on them. So I'll add a reference here. The research from Jahannagar University Statistics Department, which was thereby published in the 329th edition of the Elsevier Journal of Affective Disorder, has showed that 86%, yes, that 86% of the school-going students in our country actually use mobile phones, and they're heavily addicted to it. Among them, 49% use it for the sole purpose of playing games, and 45% use them for watching TikToks, Reels, and YouTube videos on the internet. And only 14% use it for educational purposes, but that percentage is actually really less compared to what the addicted persons are. I'll give a practical example. The biggest edtech platform in Bangladesh, 10 Minute School, has a subscriber count of 3.38 million. Meanwhile, the so-called influencer and blogger, Rakib Hussain, had 21 million followers. I think this is why we stand as opposition. So our opposition is actually logical, as all the measures and in fact they actually our opponents suggested are illogical and inconsistent. Parental control actually doesn't work in real life. It's actually theoretical. As I previously said, the tech-savvy students can actually easily use the bypass methods to ban any kind of controlling methods. So we suggested structured and controlled devices for school-going students to use, but our opponent eventually agreed with us. So that actually proves our stance, and as they're agreeing with us, I think that I shouldn't say anything else. The audience are here as the references. Now I'll be elaborating another thing, that the brain development of the school-going children are actually greatly hampered, and also if the government actually bans the usage of mobile phones, they can actually use it properly, and if the law enforcement is more strict, this will be an established law, and no students nor anyone have to actually worry about the distractions that they prove. And further, our opponents say that notepads and digital devices alongside journals that the students can use for their examinations or to keep note of anything. Can you actually ensure that the students are actually using the notepads and other devices that you suggested properly, and are they eventually using them? You can actually say the screen time. They can easily open that single app and watch another app, and their screen time will be noted, but actually they're not using it for the educational purposes. And you shouldn't confuse convenience with necessity. And I think writing down manually every kind of schedule or routine proves more better concentration than those with a distraction like mobile phones. And I will be concluding that we shouldn't actually hand the mobile phones to the school-going students, because yes, it might be really beneficial, but remember the fact that prescribed medicine by the doctor is actually effective, but when taken randomly and indiscriminately, this can be really harmful. Our children are just like that. So I think therefore it proves our opposition, and
30 seconds.
It proves our opposition, and as our opponents couldn't give a proper answer to any of the arguments we presented, I therefore stand firmly on my stance that school-going students therefore should not use mobile phones. Thank you.